In account structures, I would like to guide you through how Google Accounts, properties and views are structured. This will give you an idea about the architecture and the hierarchy. It all starts with the Google account login, and this is your access point to all analytics at the top level of the organization. The starting point is essential if you want to have access to Google properties that you may want to track. It is possible to have a one-to-one relationship with one account and one property, or you can have a one-to-many relationship with one account and many properties, as I'm going to show you from my own account. You can of course have separate analytic accounts, each with a different email address if you prefer. Let's move to the bottom left area and click on Admin to open up Admin. Now, if you don't have this view because of your user level access, I will show you another way to look at this. Next level after your login is your web properties. So I'm obviously at the account level able to access any of my accounts which I've linked. Now you may not see this, you may simply see the property view depending on your level of access. And for each account we will have different properties. For example, if I change it here, you will see one of my other accounts have got 2 properties under the account. And if I change it again to the previous one, you will just notice a property that we are using. Now, this would typically include your main website, live training and staging environments, your mobile application, or any other device like a kiosk or a point of sale device. You could add properties to the account to collect data from them, and Google Analytics will create a tracking code right afterwards for each of these accounts that you can use to track the data. It will then contain a unique ID that identifies the data from your reports, and it is more convenient to track it. Analytics also create a first unfiltered view for each one of your properties. Views, of course, are the next level in the hierarchy. They are basically your access points for reports. You can have, for example, one view for all of the data in your site, one view for the AdWords traffic to your site, and one view for the traffic generated from a subdomain. As we mentioned before, while we were explaining properties, Google Analytics always creates a first view of each property that you add, and that is unfiltered. So that really gives you access to all of the data in your site. Once you create a view and you apply the filters that you prefer, the data will start to generate from that date onwards. Now, looking at the access level, if I go towards user management here, we've got users with different levels of permission. So at any time, you'll be able to add a user to your analytics account, property, or view. You can then restrict their access at any level. Users can be identified by their email, which is registered to their Google account, and you can assign the appropriate level of permission. Now let's recap this with a slightly different view. So we'll be in the home area of the property now. If you look at the upper left corner, you'll see your analytics account that you're in currently. And once you click on it, you can see 3 different columns appearing. Starting from the analytics accounts, which are, for example, the accounts that I've got access to. And then we've got the properties and apps column. And then we've got the views column. And if you select that, it will open up the views column for the views that we have set up. Remember that your account might look significantly different to mine. It all depends on the level of access and, of course, how the account has been set up.